everything in moderation and achieve balance. High blood pressure is a low-density lipoprotein cholesterol. Diabetes and smoking are key risk factors for heart disease. And this high blood pressure is also considered a bad cholesterol because having high levels can lead to buildup in your arteries and result in heart disease and stroke. It's not always about just eating bad and leading to, your arteries being blocked. It could be being stressed all the time. It could be from being completely stressed out on a job that's just stressful, and you're not taking the time to decompress. You're not taking the time, to understand that you need to be able to control your blood pressure, to manage cholesterol and not smoke, and also be encouraged to have a regular physical checkup, and also capped off with exercise, regular physical activity. And it will reduce your chances for heart disease that many studies have shown and that we can easily read about, and it can be easy with some conditions and lifestyle choices can increase a person's chance for heart disease if it's done in a negative way. And you know what I'm saying, including diabetes, overweight, obesity, poor diet, things of that nature can be really, really bad. I think we have somebody's baby in the background. A little puppy baby. And so those things can happen. So that's something that we think about. And the top heart attack predictors include congestive heart failure, anemia, pregnancy related to complications such as preeclampsia, gestational high blood pressure, and an imbalance of fluids and electrolytes. And even down to, you have to really look at, this is another show, but electrolytes in comparison, and also in conjunction with cell health. And I was like, wow, this is a lot of information. It really is. It's so deep. Amber, what's your thoughts?
Chronic stress depletes our systems, all of our systems, right? And cellular health is the building block to what we are. I mean, we're built up of cells. And
That's
so
right.
When we are in that chronic stress stage or mode, I guess, maybe is a good way to say it, we are just not doing good things for our body. And all the things you said, Debbie, and it starts to deplete our hormones. It starts to not just deplete, but change what our hormones are doing. When we have adrenaline pumping and the cortisol, and then that can affect, especially like the other hormones like estrogen and our thyroid function and all kinds of things.
That's really key. Like you said, the thyroid. I mean, that's a whole nother show. We were seriously getting into that. Yeah, we are getting into thyroid. That's a whole nother show.
I know, right?
Yeah, but that's just, a part of it. Like people say, I was so stressed out. I was doing so much. I just blew my thyroid out. You hear that a lot. And, sometimes it's heart disease, from stress it can be a silent killer. It really can. So let's talk about some of the things that you should pay attention to, that if you are experiencing these things, you need to get to the doctor right away. You need to get a hospital doctor. You need to get checked out. We don't want you to just collapse and never wake up again. And so a lot of times if a person's having a heart attack, they'll experience chest pain or discomfort, upper back pain, indigestion, heartburn, nausea, vomiting, extreme fatigue, and upper body discomfort and shortness of breath. I just wanted to say I had a friend, and she survived, and she was at her place of employment, and she kept throwing up and throwing up and throwing up, and she couldn't stop throwing up. And she told me they had to call her husband for him to get to, her job, because she just kept throwing up and throwing up. And she ended up having to have open heart surgery. She had a heart attack, and she had to have open heart surgery because she was just throwing up uncontrollably, and she couldn't stop. She was vomiting uncontrollably, and she couldn't stop. So these are some of the symptoms that we want you to pay attention to: chest pain, discomfort in the chest, upper back pain, indigestion, heartburn, nausea, vomiting, extreme fatigue, upper body discomfort, and shortness of breath. Another one that a lot of women don't pay attention to is that fluttering in the chest. That could very well be arrhythmia. So you have to go get this checked. Our bodies will signal us when something is wrong, and we just keep putting it off and putting it off. Well, we can't afford to do that. We have to really, pay attention to what your body is saying to you. And then the other one, too, heart failure, like if you're constantly, if you're having shortness of breath, some of the signs are shortness of breath, fatigue, swelling of the feet, ankles, legs, and abdomen. You've got to get this checked out and go to the doctor. These are signs, that something may be wrong, and you need to go get it checked out. And you can lower your chance of heart disease and a heart attack by taking some simple steps. Number one, eating healthy. Okay. Number two, making sure that you manage all medical conditions, making sure that you speak to your doctor, your health provider, about anything that is in your medical history. You can't just put it off. And if you're smoking, you may need to take some smoking cessation classes. You need to make sure that you are on top of your cholesterol. You need to make sure that you're getting your blood pressure checked on a regular. And then if the doctor has you on a aspirin regimen, then you need to do that. You need to stay on there. You need to stop smoking. And one of the most important things is getting plenty of sleep so your body can rejuvenate itself and regenerate, and limiting the alcohol use. If you know something's really wrong with you, don't take a drink every time you start getting stressed out, okay? And that is very important for you to limit your alcohol use, because this could lead to long-term health problems, including heart disease, liver disease, cancer. If you choose to drink, do it in moderation, which is no more than 1 drink a day for women, which, has been shown by science that you shouldn't have. And if you're pregnant, don't drink anything. Don't drink at all. What do you think, Amber?
Absolutely. Taking care of you, and this is a harsh way to say it, but what good are you to all these people you love if you're dead?
Exactly.
You're working hard probably to provide for your family, or to show them, how they can be successful and how hard work pays off, right? But if you're not there, then what good is that to them? So I always say, if in doubt, get it checked out. So if you have anything that comes up that's out of the ordinary, go get it checked. It's better to be safe than sorry.
That's right. And so, you should be, this is something to help you cope with the stress. This is the last part of what we're going to talk about today, how we can help you, to give you some information that has been shown to help to cope with stress. And one of them is to be physically active. And adults should strive for at least 2 hours and 30 minutes or 150 minutes total of physical activity every week. You should be able to spread it out, not at one time. Divide it all up, and, at least, 30 minutes, something like that. And you spread your activity out during the week, and you could break it up into smaller chunks of time during the day, even if you can only do 20 minutes. But just make sure you get in 150 minutes that week, okay? Take a break, recognize when you need help, sorting it all out, and seek the help you need. Whether you need a life coach, a health coach, or you need to get to your doctor for sure. Whatever you need to do. If Amber can help you, I can help you, sort some stuff out. Or we don't mind talking to you, giving you, in-depth, advice, giving you in-depth information that we've learned in school. We don't mind doing that, okay? And then mostly avoid drugs and alcohol when you're constantly stressed, because you don't want this to become habitual. And then next thing you know, we're dealing with addiction. So be on the lookout that if you're starting to get out of control and some of these things that we're saying to you is resonating, it's time to reach out for help. You could be talking with friends and saying, hey, this is what's going on. I want to give you, what's your thought, Amber, before we go to our last part of it?
Yeah, absolutely. I just want to spread health and wellness in the world, right? Like, I want other people to feel good about themselves and to be healthy. And so, by all means, we're here for you, and there's other people and other professionals that can help you too. If you notice that you are needing help, that things just don't feel right, like reach out, and if we can't help you, we'll get you to somebody who can.
That's right. That's right. There it is. That's what it is. We will refer you to where you need to go. If it's over the scope of what a health coach and a life coach can do, we definitely are not going to just leave you hanging. We're going to try our best to get you referred to, your closest provider, your doctor, a doctor, or if you need to go to the emergency room and you're feeling any of those things, most definitely get to the emergency room and get checked out, But so for now, let's talk about, this is something I want you to really, really, really seriously pay close attention to. I was reading this article with the CDC, the Center for Disease Control, about coping with stress. And I want everyone to really, really, really listen to this. And it resonated with me like, wow, I need to really talk about this, okay? Everyone, adults, teens, and even children experience stress. Stress is a reaction to a situation where a person feels threatened or anxious. Stress can be positive, like preparing for a wedding. You're like, oh, Lord, if I get through this, I'll never do it again. You better hope you don't. And so, or negative, dealing with a natural disaster. When I read that, did you hear me, Amber? Dealing with a natural disaster.
Yeah.
And then learning healthy ways to cope and get the right care and support can help reduce stressful feelings. After a traumatic event, people may have strong, lingering reactions. These events may include personal or environmental disasters. You hear that? Or threat with assault, being assaulted. The symptoms may be physical or emotional. Common reaction to a stressful event can include these things are happening all around us. Fires, floods, people being hurt in protests, storms, coronavirus. This is all leaving us in a state of disbelief, shock, and numbness, feeling sad, frustrated, and helpless. Difficulty concentrating and making decisions. That's part of it. And so when you think about all of the things that's going on around us, it's a lot. And this sounds to me like what's going on. We're living in a pandemic and followed by natural disasters and unrest in our country. And we're all trying to find a new normal, and we're all trying to make it make sense. So many of our lives have been disrupted. Many of our lives have just been disrupted in different ways, having to leave work and become a caretaker at home for your children, your family, children being homeschooled, the new normal, all the things that we have to do to become this new normal. So we have to take care of ourselves. And if we take care of ourselves, we'll be able to take care of our loved ones. We don't need one more thing. None of us do. We need some sunshine. You know what I'm saying? Amber, do you have any sunshine to share? No, you do.
Yeah. So I don't know anybody that hasn't felt some stress this year, right? It has been just unprecedented type of year. And so, and I know that it feels so overwhelming. So we've given you so many ideas today. We're not saying do it all at once, right? And so the thing I would say is pick something and give it a try, and then give yourself grace in the sense of like, take it slow and start somewhere, because starting anywhere is better than not starting at all. So,
yes.
You got to start somewhere. So, whether it's you said, gosh, moving my body feels really great, go do it for 10 minutes. Like, just try to build 10 minutes in, or try the breathing where it's 2 minutes, or, sit for 5 minutes and think about what you're grateful for every day. Did you know studies have found that gratitude increases optimism? We could all use that. It promotes, right? It promotes health, what we've been talking about. It increases happiness and overall life satisfaction. So maybe start there. Start with some gratitude. We've got so much negative going on right now.
I'm trying to tell you.
We need to send some positive thoughts out to the universe here. So, if that's all you do, start with some gratitude and see how you feel a little different. See if you notice that you're a little bit happier. See if you notice you're a little more optimistic. But just start with something, take it small, and grow.
Yeah, because we need some sunshine, and we can create brief moments of sunshine in our lives by doing some things that are so simple that we've talked about and outlined here today. And one thing that I can say is that we need unity. So why don't we just stand up together and let's all start trying to grab some sunshine. Let's try to operate in a place of being positive and erase some of the negatives that are going on, but also